Good people, welcome to JJ Tech Tutoring. Today's lesson, it's actually about using first principle in so crazy equations like square root of something. Imagine you were taught nicely good things like 2 to the power 2, let's say x to the power 2, x to the power 3. That is solvable. But then now they are giving you another equation that is so tiring, right? So now they're saying f of x is equals to root of 3x. Now they are saying use first principle to actually derive this. What is it that you have to do with this? Right, now first principle, now it's a must. There's a question that can come that it is a must that you should use first principle. Right, that means you have to use the limit equation, right? Because you know very well that when you are doing it straightforward, it's just going to be a shortcut rule. It's just going to change this. You're just going to change this into this. Then from there, you take this, you use a chain rule. You take this up front, then you derive this. Okay, after that, 1 over 2 minus 1 is just 1 over 2, negative 1 over 2. Then you multiply by 3. Then you are done. Then you are done because you just have to come and say 3 over 2 and then root of 3x. Right? Root of 3x. That's the straightforward way, or the shortcut. I cannot say straightforward, but I can say a shortcut. But then now they're saying use the first principle. That means now you have to use the limit rule. You have to use the limit rule. So it says f prime x is equals to f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h, then lim h approaches 0. Lim h approaches 0. Now we have to just go for it because we don't have a choice. Now root of 3x plus h minus what? Minus root of 3x divided by h. Lim h approaches 0. Now what is it that we have to do now? Because now what comes to our mind is that we have to say 0 here, 0 here, but then unfortunately it's going to give us math error, and then that is not what we want. That is not what we want. Now okay, if I can distribute this, what will happen? Okay, let me just distribute it. 3x plus 3h minus root of 3x divided by h. Still nothing happened. But then now it's better because we have it, and then it's not ruining anything. Now let us now continue. What is it that we have to do? Because honestly, I'm 120% sure that we were taught how to rationalize the equation. We were taught how to rationalize. Now look at this. You know very well that when we are rationalizing, we use the conjugate, right? So that means we have to multiply by the conjugate of the numerator both sides. So we have to multiply by the conjugate of the numerator both sides. Then the conjugate of this is just plus root of 3x. We know the conjugate. We know the conjugate from even the complex numbers. We've been singing the conjugate. We've been singing the conjugate. We have been singing the conjugate. The conjugate, if the numerator is even plus here, we're going to use minus here. If the numerator now is even negative, that means the differential will be plus here, right? So now let's continue. Let's continue. Lim, we must not forget this, but then somehow we have to leave it and we will follow, we will go and fetch it, right? So now this multiplied by this, just going to take away the square root. It's just going to be 3x plus 3h, right? Now, root of 3x plus 3h multiplied by root of 3x. That means it's going to be plus 3x, just 3x plus 3h. Right? We're just multiplying them. It's the same thing. Even if they don't share the square root, but then now let just them share the square root because it's the same thing. All of them have the square root. Now, minus negative root of 3 multiplied by this is the same. Just have to share the square root. 3x plus 3h. Right? So now the last thing is negative root of 3x multiplied by positive root of 3x is just negative 3x. It's negative 3x, just gonna cancel the square root because it's one thing. Now divide by h multiplied by root of 3h plus 3x plus 3h plus root of 3h. Then from there, you can see that these are the same. So they're going to cancel each other. And also 3x and 3x, they're going to cancel each other. Then we'll have 3h over h root of 3x plus 3h plus root of 3h. Right? So lim h approaches 0, lim h approaches 0. Right? So now here, we're going to cancel this and this because they are the same. Then from there, we'll have 3 over root of 3h plus 3x plus 3h plus root of 3x. Right? Plus root of 3x. Then from there, what is it that we have to do? We have to now lim h approaches 0. We have to now substitute by 0 where there is h. 3h plus 30 plus root of 3x. Lim h approaches 0. Then that means now we're going to have 0 here. So it's just 3a plus 3h. X, right? So it's 3x plus 3x. So it's just going to be 3 over 2 of root of 3x. Right? So this is one and the same thing with the straightforward or the shortcut. So now, bingo, we have to go to the corner and celebrate because it is proven, it's correct. That means now we have to celebrate and go and do zoo. Now, what you have to do now before you can just go and celebrate and go and solve it and go and practice and pass the exam, you have to subscribe, like, and share. Then you do zoo. Simple.